Hey, Dan here, and in this video I'm going to discuss if Google Ads are too expensive for accountants. So if you are watching this video, then you are probably an accountant looking for new ways to get more clients besides the referrals that you are currently getting. And of course, part of this process is deciding which platform you are going to use. There are different ways to get clients. You can use outreach, like cold outreach on Facebook, LinkedIn, cold email, cold calling, but of course also advertising. And Google Ads simply is a very big platform for accountants. A lot of accountants use Google Ads to get clients, and you've probably heard that Google Ads are very expensive. It's more expensive, it's way too expensive, and some people never really found a way to actually make a profit running Google Ads. And in this video, I'm going to explain exactly if Google Ads are too expensive to run for your accounting firm. So before we dive in, I will introduce myself so that you actually know that the person you are listening to knows what he's talking about. I'm the owner of Accounting Kings. My name is Daan, and every single month we spend about $50,000 on ads for accountants where we help them get more higher revenue business owner clients. And I create these videos because I just want to share my knowledge, help you out, and help you get more clients. So let's dive right into the video right now. So here are exactly what the downsides are of running Google Ads. So you probably know yourself that the cost per click is pretty high with Google, and therefore most of the times you think because the cost per click is high, the cost per lead, the cost per appointment, the cost per showed appointment, cost per fit, and at the end of the day the cost per close or client will be higher. Right? Because it makes sense. If you pay more for a click, it automatically means that if you get cheaper clicks on a different platform, that you will get cheaper leads, cheaper appointments, cheaper clients for less money. That's exactly what we want, right? And that's the approach that most people take when deciding which platform to go on. Because they think if I can get the same click in a different platform for less money, I will make more money. But that's actually not the case, because there are also a lot of upsides with Google. So you can see, yes, the cost per click with Google is higher. That's a fact. Google is charging their advertisers way more for a click than Facebook, for example. However, the click-through rates with Google are higher. The conversion rates, so people that actually click on your ad and then actually convert to a lead, are higher. The booking rates, so okay, someone actually submitted a form on the landing page, but how many of them are actually booking meetings is also higher with Google. The show up rates, the fit rates, and also the closing rates are way higher. And the reason for this is because the people that actually see your ads on Google have actively made the search accounting firm for small business, for example. So the people that are going to click on the ad know that they actually need your services. There's probably something in their business or in their life, and they know I need an accountant. So they are way more motivated to actually find someone that offers the services that you can offer them. So that is why, yes, Google is charging more, because they know if someone clicks on an ad because they made the search accounting firm near me, they're way more motivated than someone on Facebook who's going to see an ad of an accounting firm and clicking on it, because there's a chance that person is actually not even in need of the services, right? So the reason why Google can charge more for these clicks is because the people clicking are way more motivated to actually become a client. They need your services, otherwise they will have never ever made the search accountant near me, as an example. So to answer the question, are Google Ads more expensive? You need to actually ask a different question. Is the cost per click more expensive? Yes. But is the actual cost per client also more expensive? And the return on investment, is it lower or higher? Because that is actually the question that you need to ask. Most people say the cost per click is very high, but you actually need to take a look, what is the quality of the click? So you can imagine if someone is on their phone, right? And they are just scrolling through Facebook and they're liking and watching cat videos, and they see an ad of an accounting firm. And they click on the ad. Who do you think is more motivated to become a client? Someone that was just watching cat videos, or someone that went to Google and made a search accounting firm near me? Who do you think is more likely to actually convert on the landing page? Who do you think is more likely to actually book an appointment to talk with an accountant? And who do you think is more likely to show up to the meeting? And who do you think is more likely to be a good fit for your services because they can actually use your services? And who do you think is more likely to actually convert to a client when they actually show up to the meeting and are a fit? Of course, it's the person that actually made the search accounted near me versus the person that was watching cat videos and submitted the form on Facebook. So to answer the question, which one is better? There is no better or worse platform. The actual thing is that there are just pros and cons to Google versus other platforms, and I mainly want to compare Google to any other social media platform. So the downside to Google is it takes a bit longer to optimize, and the reason for this is because the cost per clicks are higher. So you need to gather data to actually optimize the ads, and the data typically is clicks and conversions. That's the thing that Google can actually track. And of course, it takes longer. So let's say that you are actually running ads on LinkedIn. You will get more clicks and therefore more data, and you will get more leads and therefore more data faster. So it can optimize faster. That's a given. You will get more leads faster. However, an upside to Google is that the leads are from higher quality because they have made the search accounting firm near me, as an example. There's also less operational effort. So when I was starting out with Accounting Kings, it was like 6 years ago, I was doing a lot of Facebook ads and I was generating a ton of leads. But I also needed to call all the leads for the clients, right? And it just took so much of my time and it was not even doable. And with Google, you will generate a couple of leads per week versus a couple of leads per day. But leads are from way more quality, and it takes way less effort and way less time to actually nurture the leads and book them in and handle all of those leads. So there is a lower operational efforts required to actually make Google Ads work, but yes, it takes a little longer to optimize. So finally, to answer the question, is Google Ads too expensive for accountants? No, absolutely not. It's just what you prefer. Do you prefer a lot of quantity of leads, or do you prefer lower quantity but higher quality? And most of the accountants that I work with, they prefer quality over quantity. So no, Google Ads is absolutely not too expensive. Yes, the cost per clicks are higher, but the cost per click doesn't really mean anything. I actually recorded a video earlier that you can watch on the channel where I was saying that I actually like having a high cost per click because it means that the quality of those leads and the quality of those clicks are really, really good. So yes, cost per clicks are higher. You will pay less on other platforms per appointment, for example, but simply because the rates and the percentages with Google is also higher. So it's going to compensate. Let's say Google, you pay $100 for a click. That's very high, but it's just for the math. Let's say you pay $100 for a click and $50 for that click on Facebook, but the booking rate is twice as high with Google, then it's still the same price per appointment, right? So hopefully it makes sense that yes, you get the data a little slower on Google. However, the quality is higher and it requires less effort. So hopefully that makes sense. So if you are an accountant and you want to get more business owner clients, but you don't really know how, or you just don't really like to do the sales and marketing and you don't really have the time for it, then there are 2 links in the description which I think will be of a lot of value for you. The first link is a link that you can click on to schedule a free strategy session where you can just get free advice and learn more about how we help accountants get more clients in a way where we don't profit until you do. And then the second link is a link that you can click on to join our free Facebook community with other accountants who are also on a path to grow and get better clients. So if you're still watching the video, I really appreciate that you've been watching till the end. And yeah, if you like the content, make sure to leave a like so that the algorithm is going to serve you more videos like this, and so that I actually know that you like the content and I will create more content like this. Subscribe if you do not want to miss any other valuable videos. And of course, if you have any specific questions, leave them in the comments. So again, thank you so much and I will see you in the next video.